Good morning, Bucknutters. Welcome into the Morning Five on Wednesday, September 3rd, 2014. I am Dave Biddle. On Tuesday, Ohio State released its depth chart for the Virginia Tech game, and Von Bell is now starting at safety over Cam Burrows. Nearly everyone who follows Buckeye football expected Bell to start this year, especially after his performance in the Orange Bowl last year, but it was Burrows who received the start last week against Navy. I thought Bell looked like the best of OSU's three safeties in that game, and the coaches obviously liked what they saw as well because they decided to finally make Bell a starter. From what we've been told, the main reason Bell didn't start the opener was because he missed a couple practices during camp when the coaches felt he could have gone. They also wanted to send the message that to be a starter, you have to do everything right during the week. But I'm glad to see that Bell is now a starter because I think he can really help the Buckeyes back there. He will start alongside Tyvis Powell, who led the team with 13 tackles against Navy. If you're wondering about Burrows, he is still going to play a lot. Chris Ash said that all three of the safeties are going to play, and they also want to try and rotate in true freshman Eric Smith eventually. So Burrows won't be buried on the bench, but Bell will be receiving more playing time as I believe he should. A minor adjustment on the depth chart has Pat Elflein sliding to left guard and Billy Price moving to right guard. Last week Elflein started at right guard and Price started at left, but in the second half they switched. No need to overthink this one. The coaches simply feel that for whatever reason, Elflein is more comfortable on the left side and Price is more comfortable on the right. Price was actually replaced in the Navy game in the second quarter by Joel Hale, but Price returned to action in the second half and played well. This week against Virginia Tech will be a big test for the offensive line, and it will be interesting to see how they respond. On his portion of the Big Ten teleconference on Tuesday, Urban Meyer said that true freshman running back Curtis Samuel was, quote, outstanding against Navy. Meyer also liked what he saw out of Ezekiel Elliott and Rod Smith at the running back position. When talking about the running backs, Meyer never says a word about Breonte Dunn or Warren Ball, and you have to think they might be candidates to transfer after the season unless something changes. But as for Samuel, it will be fun to see how his role increases as the season progresses. He definitely looked like the best of Ohio State's running backs against Navy with his quickness and hard running style. It looks like for now the Buckeyes will go with running back by committee. Don't look for any of these guys to get 20 to 25 carries in a particular game. They will share the load unless one proves to be a head and shoulders above the rest. But I can't stress enough that I love Samuel's game. Meyer also said yesterday that the Virginia Tech game will provide, quote, the biggest recruiting weekend of the year for the Buckeyes. Some of the marquee 2015 recruits that will be taking official visits are defensive end Josh Sweat, who is ranked as the number one overall prospect in the country according to the 24/7 Sports Composite, Damien Harris, who is ranked as the number one running back in the country, Jacques Patrick, who is ranked as the number 2 running back in the country, Matthew Burrell, who's ranked as the number 5 offensive guard in the country, and Jordan Whitehead, who's ranked as the number 20 corner recruit in the country. There will be more 2015 recruits there and a bunch of 2016 recruits as well, but those are some of the marquee names to look out for. I think this could be the weekend when the Buckeyes seal the deal with Damien Harris. They've been the favorite to land him for a while in my opinion, and I think this could be the weekend that Urban Meyer seals the deal. This will also be a great opportunity for Ohio State to impress Josh Sweat, although I still think the Buckeyes are a long shot to land Sweat. We will have wall-to-wall recruiting coverage for you this weekend from Bill Kurlick and Alex Gleitman, and hopefully there will be a commitment to break. As for the game itself against Virginia Tech, the Hokies have a good defense, but have only 5 returning starters on that defense from last year. They are replacing a whopping 6 starters in their front 7 from last year. So while this is a good defense that Ohio State will be facing, it won't be a great one. They will be a well-coached unit under defensive coordinator Bud Foster, but let's not make 2014 Virginia Tech out to be the 1985 Bears. Their front 7 is just too unproven at this point, and I think Ohio State can do some damage. The Buckeyes are 11.5-point favorites in this game. Virginia Tech beat William & Mary 34-9 last week, and you couldn't tell much from that game. The Hokies do have a new quarterback, junior Michael Brewer, who is a transfer from Texas Tech. He's not a big guy at 6'1", 185, not all that mobile, but is supposedly a decent passer. There is no question Virginia Tech is going to stack the box and dare the Buckeyes to throw. This is the same thing that Navy did, but the Hokies will be doing it with better athletes. Will Ohio State have a more aggressive game plan this time around? We shall see. I fully expect the Buckeyes to win this game, but I do think Virginia Tech will cover the 11.5-point spread. I look for somewhat of a low-scoring affair, and I think that playing at night in the Horseshoe gives the Buckeyes a nice advantage. I'd be worried about this game if it were in Blacksburg.
O-H-I-O.
I'm going to let the listeners know what is going to be on the site today. Right now, Bill Kurlick has his In the Dean's office where subscribers can ask him any question about recruiting. We'll also have the boarding house posted around noon with 5 juicy items, including one on Michael Bennett talking about Adolphus Washington that you won't want to miss. And tonight after practice around 6:15, we're going to interview Urban Meyer, plus Curtis Grant, Von Bell, Rod Smith, Joey Bosa, and Sean Nurnberger. So look for a story plus video on what Meyer has to say, and look for a notebook story, videos, and bullets on what the players have to say. We'll be posting various content items from 7 p.m. all the way until 11 p.m., so we'll have wall-to-wall team coverage for you this evening on the site. Thank you for joining us for the Morning 5. I hope you have a great day. Take it away, best damn band in the land.